Hi, welcome back. We are talking about careers in accounting, and we are still under the managerial accounting umbrella. And what I want to talk to you about today is something that's called business support, business finance, maybe product accountant, those kinds of things. So this is where, and a lot of times this will be a branch of FP&A, financial planning and analysis, which we talked about before, but sometimes its own thing. And here's what it is. Basically, you are the accountant for a portion of the business, okay? So if you work for Nike, there is probably an accountant that follows each of the tennis shoe lines, and then probably someone who does footwear overall, probably someone who does like golf stuff overall, maybe if you would be in charge, if you're lower level, maybe of a couple specific golf balls. But what you're doing is you are helping them with their accounting. So you're preparing whatever reports they need to say, how much can I sell? How much have I sold? What do I expect? Where do I expect some growth? You tell them how they did, right? Because remember, your financial accounting people, they're going to be putting together financial statements for the whole company. And if I'm a manager and I'm just in charge of Nike's golf line, I don't care about the whole company. I mean, I do, but I care about how my golf department's doing. And so my accountant is going to be the person who just looks at my golf line and gives me financial statements and says, here's how you did. Helps me prepare my budget and say, here's what you're going to have to spend. Here's how much sales you're expected to make. I might even do things like help prepare the compensation plans. So this is how we're going to pay our sales reps based on how much they sell. What I like about being a product accountant is you get to do everything for your product. So whereas in a big company, if I was a financial accountant, I might only look at a portion of the balance sheet. When I'm a product accountant, I get to do, or like I said, sometimes called business support, I get to do everything. Now I'm only doing it for my product line, right? So if I'm working in Nike's golf department, I may not know how footwear is doing at all, right? Or I could transfer over and do footwear for a while, and then I could do, baseball stuff for a while. I could do athletic team endorsements for a while, right? I can move all around. You could do this in any company. But I'm really going to get to know everything about that product line. And I'm working very closely with the product manager or the vice president who's in charge of that golf department, right? And we're partners. And that's why it's called business partnering sometimes. We're partners, and we are together saying, here's the data, let's make some decisions. So it's a really good way to be an accountant, but to be a lot more than an accountant and to be doing a lot of other business things and get involved in a lot of other business decisions, right? Maybe I'm going to help figure out how our marketing is, or what we're going to announce at product launches, right? So you can get involved in a lot of cool stuff. These tend to be kind of like the FP&A. You're going to start, a lot of times it's part of FP&A. So you're probably starting at that 45 to 60 range and then moving your way up. Definitely well into the six figures. So I would definitely want to have, if you're working for a smaller company, you may not need to have a 4-year degree. A 2-year degree may be fine. But to get into making the big money, you definitely are going to want that 4-year degree. All right, so that is some of our options in business partnering or being a product accountant.